This is Neil Walters with freeCSharpTutorials.com. In this video, I want to talk about how to do a message box within C#. So I've just created a small little Windows form here, and I've added an OK button, and I'm going to double click that. And from here, we can start typing in our code. So we type in message, and then you'll see on the IntelliSense here, MessageBox, click that, dot, and then the method is show. Then when you click the right parentheses here, you can see that you can type in the text for the message box, or if you use this little arrow, you can see there's actually 21 different variations of this method. So obviously we're not going to cover all 21 of those. Let's just start with one of the simple ones. So just show, and let's do like a famous hello world here. And we run this. Ooh, compile error on one line of code. That's not very good. Somehow I got an extra parentheses right there. So I did debug start, and here's my form, and there's your little pop-up that says hello world. So that's pretty easy. What else can we do with this? So let's go back to our code here. Let's see what the other options are. So if we put here a comma, let's see what some of these others might be interesting. Okay, so here we have a text and a caption. So this, let's call this my caption. And then here it says message box buttons. So let's type, I think that's an enumeration. So right here, message box buttons, dot. And then we can say, I want a yes, no button, for instance. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just to make this code easier to read, or if I put it on my website, I'm going to split that onto 3 lines. So we have 3 parameters, the string in the message box, the caption or heading of the message box, and then what kind of buttons we want in our message box. So let's do debug start. Click our button, and see now it says hello world, and we have our caption at the top, and then you can choose either the yes or the no button. So now obviously it'd be nice to, from our program, check to see whether they clicked yes or no. So how do we get the yes no back into our program? If we take the cursor and put it over the word show, and then we can't really move it down there, but you can see it says dialog result space message box. So that means we're going to get back a dialog result, and I'm just going to call that right now DR. Ah, that's a crazy IntelliSense. Okay, so now here I want to say if dr dot, okay, sorry, dr is just I think a string here, so we're going to say if dr equals, and then we're going to use the enum here, dialog result dot, and then we can say yes or no here. So if I keep scrolling down, you'll see yes. Then what we'll do is, tell you what, we're going to put a label on our screen. So we're going to temporarily just put this on hold. We'll go back to our form here. And let's just add a text box maybe. And a little label. The name of the text box, I'm going to call it name txt results. Now I'm going to go back to my OK button, and here I'm going to say if it's yes, txt results equals you chose the yes button. So now if he says no, we could either do an else here, or we could do it this way. You chose the no button. And let's do debug, run that. Okay, I made one dumb mistake here. The text results is an object, right? So I have to put text after that. I want to set the text property of the text results to that string. Okay, so now we click this, which will give us our pop-up box. I'm going to click yes, and it says you chose the yes button. If I click no, it says you chose the no button. So basically that's how you get feedback from a message box. You set the dialog result like this, and I used a variable called dr, and then you can compare the dr to this enumeration dialog result dot whatever. Now yes and no is not the only thing you can do in a dialog box. So when we did this right here, notice you also have like OK, cancel, retry, a bunch of other different buttons are available. So, and you can actually combine these, I believe, as well. So in this video, we will just end with the yes-no functions, but realize there are others here, such as the OK, cancel, retry, abort, and you can play with those. And the only difference is that down here, when you test the values, you would also use the different enums. So if you had like a retry button, here you would test to see if dialog result is equal to retry. So that's how that works. So that's the end of this demo, which shows you several ways of how to put message boxes on the screen in C#.